Munford, Tennessee, Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium, the home of Munford Cougar football. Thanks for joining us. Chad Gatlin here with Jay Harder to call another great Munford Cougar football game on a day that was rainy and has turned into a wonderful night to play football here. The weather has cooled off. The captains are on the field, and we're just about ready to get this one kicked off. It's the first district game of the year for both of these teams, Jay.
I'm excited for tonight. You know, I love a good muddy football game, fall Friday night. You know, it's going to be a good game. Munford, disappointing last week, couldn't come away with the win, but they played really well, and I'm ready to see them poised to make a big comeback this week.
It was such a heartbreaker last week. Came down to the last minute. Penalties kind of killed the drive there at the end, but they were in it after recovering an onside kick. I've not seen a high school football game quite that exciting in some time. It was a really great game, but just did not go the Cougars' way, and you know they're looking to bounce back.
Absolutely. You're right. It was a great game. I told everybody all week, everybody that would listen, I told them about the game last Friday. I mean, it was incredible. It was a great game, a huge comeback by Dyersburg. Disappointing for Munford fans, obviously, but if you're a fan of good football, that was a really good one. Jordan Bell, the quarterback, had a huge game last week, 112 yards. He also threw for 40 yards, had 2 touchdowns, and then Alvic White with 156 yards on the ground. So I imagine that we'll have huge bounce-back games for them this week. Not that you get much better than that.
According to Scott Poole, I think is his name, somewhat of an odds maker for Tennessee football, he has the Cougars favored by 32 points tonight over this Overton team. But you never know. They do have a stud running back, Chris Dennis. He's 5'8", 205 pounds. Last week, over 100 yards. He averages over 100 yards a game, averages 7.3 yards per carry, so they're going to have to get it done up front tonight.
That number jumps off the page, 7.5 yards a carry. Totals, you said 3 touchdowns this season, 313 yards, over 100 yards a game. This guy's going to be explosive tonight. A battle of running games tonight, it seems like we're in store for.
Absolutely. Looking at Alvic White for the Munford Cougars, been great all season and no different last week, 156 yards and a touchdown there. Jordan Bell, the quarterback, added a couple of touchdowns. No touchdowns through the air last week, but we did see him break out and pass the ball some. But as you said, the Cougars relied on the running game as of late.
They did. And a huge factor, my key to the game tonight for Munford has got to be penalties, discipline. Stay in, don't rack up those penalty yards, play disciplined football, and I think scoring is going to be a result of their drives if they stick to that principle.
And Overton gets ready to kick this one off. Looks like their kicker, I do have Martavian Thomas will be the kicker for them, it appears.
He was towing it in warm-ups. Towing the kicks.
He is a big guy. You don't usually see that at the kicking position. As I said, first district game of the year, 8-5A. Both teams looking to get a district win, very important on the road to the playoffs. Straight on kick, picked up by Jace Hodgen at the 10. He'll return it. He'll get it out to the 25, now to the 30, and he is drugged down at the 32-yard line.
So we're going to start this drive. Like I just said, big key to the game for Munford tonight is no penalties, disciplined football tonight. And I think if they stick to that, we're going to see a lot of scoring on the run game from Hodgen and Bell.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should look for them to use the run, though, to set up some screens and some option plays on the outside for Jordan Bell as well.
And as you said, first league game, it just means a little bit more when you're finally playing league football.
Bell will take the first snap. He'll hand it off to White up the middle on a draw. White will get nowhere, actually get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 2 there. Offensive line just got pushed back on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 12.
Packing the box there for Overton. Are they not only 4 defensive backs on the field? Everyone else close to the line of scrimmage, it looks like. I count 7 guys in the box.
Hand off to White, and he will fall forward. He'll get about 4 yards out of that one, make it 3, and so that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Another short run, 3rd and long. Want to stay out of 3rd and long. That's another key, I would say, for tonight. Same thing that hurt them last week in the second half against Dyersburg. Stay out of 3rd and longs.
Bell's going to roll out to his right and throw
Deep
on this
ball.
one. He's going to throw for Tristan Bohannon, and it's going to be no good. Bohannon had to come back and try to catch the ball. It was a little bit dangerous.
Just a little bit behind him. That's a tough throw right there, scrambling out to the right, throwing it deep like that. And that's really what it is. That's a tough play, 3rd and long, regardless of what play you run there. So that's really why that's a key for tonight, staying out those 3rd and longs.
And so now the Munford punt team will come on, a 3-and-out for this Overton defense to start the game.
A little bit of confusion on the Overton side of the field. A weird formation here from Munford on this punt. Oh, it's fake. It looks like
it is a fake, and he will run. It's Ben Cernelia, and he'll get the
Got
first down.
I was looking at it, and that's why there was confusion on the Overton sideline. 3 receivers out to the right for Munford, and just a wave of blocking. Huge 9-yard pickup right there.
Big-time run by Ben Cernelia there.
And Cernelia has been a factor in every game this year, is he not? Not so much running the ball necessarily. He's a good kick returner as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a good kick returner. He also is good on defense back there at the linebacker position, able to snuff out a lot of runs before they get into the secondary. So, fresh set of downs, and it will not be a 3-and-out for the Munford Cougars as Bell lines up in the backfield, and he will fake the handoff. Now look to his left, but he has to go to his right because he's being pressured. He's going to run it out and get about 4 yards on the carry. He had to scramble on that one.
Great scramble there by Bell. Saw he didn't have anything and rolled out to the right, took care of the football, got out of bounds, avoided a hit. You know, we were talking about Kyler Murray in the pregame against the Titans last week. That looked a little Kyler Murray, yes, scrambling out there, getting a little 5-yard gain.
And it was definitely good recognition by him to see the pressure coming from the left and take it out to the right.
And there's a flag down on the field.
It will go against the Cougars, so scratch that run. It'll be a hold, and it's a 10-yard penalty. That'll march them back, and it'll be a 2nd and 19 now. 1st and 19, excuse me. Replay the down.
That's disappointing.
And it's Bell rolling out to his right. He'll find his man there. It is Jeremiah Davis. Short gain on the pass. It is a pass and a completion, though, for about 4 yards.
Good catch by Davis. In that situation, though, you know, I kind of want him to make that play last a little bit longer. It seemed like a 2-on-1 situation with that defender out there with Davis. Oh, he jumped a little bit.
All right, and now handoff to White. He'll go off the right side. He'll find himself a hole and get up for a gain. That will be about 7 yards, and that'll get him back past the original line of scrimmage and make it a manageable 3rd and 8.
Other than the punt return, that's the biggest run of the game so far. So first big positive play there. However, it does bring up another 3rd and long.
And he'll take the snap. He'll roll to his left again. He's going to keep it this time. Makes one man miss. Gets to the 50. Stretches out to try to get across the line. Loses the ball at the end, but it hit the ground. They're going to call him down at the 45-yard line of the Wolverines. And Munford gets the first down.
I love seeing a player like that put out the extra effort to get a first down, but that is a really dangerous play, reaching the ball out there. A lot of fumbles come from that, so got to be careful when you're doing that sort of thing. Oh, man.
And now a handoff and swallowed up in the backfield. Overton all over that one. And that'll be a loss by Alvick White of 3 yards.
Seems like guys, and like we said, they're definitely packing the box on the Overton defensive side, but it seems like there's a lot of guys getting free on these run plays, getting to the backfield really quickly. I don't know if it's a little bit of miscommunication on the O-line, something to watch for.
Snap goes and is handed off to White again. He's trying to get around the right side. He'll get all the yardage back almost to the original line of scrimmage. We'll call that one 3 yards.
I'm sorry to step on you there, but it looks like every single play Overton is jumping off sides. It looks like every play, every time before the ball snapped, it looks like they're jumping off over here. That time was not.
And a fake handoff, and it's a pass finds Bohannon over the middle, and Bohannon, it'll be a catch. Not enough for the first down, but it will be down to the 35, and you know this is 4-down territory.
Good little throw and catch right there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a 10-yard throw and catch there. And the Cougars on 4th and 1.
There he goes.
That is definitely an offsides, and that will move the sticks for the Cougars.
Smart little play there on 4th and short. Get him with the hard count.
And Bell takes a snap. He fakes a handoff to White, looks out for the screen, and it is met.
I thought he got hit a little early.
Yeah, it did look like a little bit of an early hit there on the play.
No flag, though.
Mason Medill out for the catch. Being blocked by Bohannon on the screen, but they had 2 men on it. Just let loose. And Alvick White will take it off the left side for about 5 yards there.
Another solid run there. It seems like they, started the game with a few negative plays, and obviously one got through there just a second ago. But it seems like we're churning a little bit more methodical play calling and little by little marching down the field here for Munford.
Very good balance so far. Aubrey Durham's in the backfield right now while Alvick White takes a breather. Bell takes the snap, hands it off to Durham. Durham right up the middle. He's going to push it forward, keep those legs churning. He'll get about 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 1.
It seems like you said a minute ago, 4 down territory here. That was a pretty conservative 3rd down play call there, almost assuming they knew they were going to go for it here if they didn't get it. Just shortening the yardage.
They are going to go for it, and Overton jumps again and gives them a free 1st down again, and that will line the Cougars up.
Well, just as much as discipline is a factor tonight for Munford, it's also going to be a factor for Overton. It seems like that's 2 4th downs that have been negated by a 1st down on an offsides.
And now Overton wants a timeout. They want to talk this over with Munford in striking distance of the end zone, inside the red zone. And we'll take a break with them and come right back with more Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
And back here in Munford with Munford threatening in the red zone on their first drive of the game. 3 4th down conversions on this drive. Handoff goes to Aubrey Durham over the right side, and he shakes off a tackle and is able to break another tackle. Loses the ball at the end, but covers it back up and gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Got inside, got to the 10 there. Good little cutback on a run to the right there. Bouncing all the way back to the left. Gets almost to the left hash here. Offsides.
And quickly back to the line, and now they'll blow the play dead before it starts, or before it gets all the way underway. And it will be another offsides, it looks like, on Overton.
That was a little bit of a different one. Player tripped, running in from the sideline. That's a tough scene, but regardless, we'll take the 5 yards and a 1st down.
And they're going to call it an illegal substitution against Overton because of the player coming in from the sideline, and that'll move the ball up to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. And the Cougars will hand it off. Aubrey Durham goes off the left tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Good for Durham. I mean, he worked for all those yards. He came in there late after they got inside the 30-yard line there, and he deserves that touchdown. Really good running by the young fella.
Absolutely. Great to see the depth in that backfield for the Munford Cougars. And Aubrey Durham able to punch it in for the score. And now we'll see Braxton Brown come on and attempt the extra point.
Oh, they got the look they wanted.
No, it's a 2-point conversion, and Auvick White, they got the look they wanted. He punches it in for 2. And it'll be an 8-0 early lead here from the Cougars over the Overton Wolverine. 6:26 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back here in Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium, Munford Cougar football on Ritter Communications. The Cougars have taken the lead 8-0 in the first quarter. 6:26 left on the clock. Good long drive there, Jay, from the Cougars. Converted 3 fourth downs on the drive. Got a good bit of help from the Overton defense on penalties, but able to punch it in the end zone.
Great 70-yard opening drive there, capped off by a touchdown from Aubrey Durham. A really good opening drive, very promising, what you're looking for, and had less penalties than your opponent. So good little bit there of discipline on the first drive there for Munford.
And we usually see them line up and fake the two-point conversion and then kick the extra point, but this time they saw a defense they liked and ran it.
I was going to say that. I think that's the first time we've seen them fake it this year out of that set.
And a kick that sort of squibs out, picked up off of the bounce and returned. Now he's going to cut it to the left. He gets it out to the 30-yard line, and then he is cut down by Aubrey Durham, who just scored the touchdown.
I'm interested to see Munford's defense coming out here tonight. You know, one issue that I've noticed the past couple games is a little too over-aggressive getting in the backfield, you know, bringing a lot of pressure and a lot of guys getting behind the ball carrying. And if Overton's a team that runs the ball a lot, look for that to be a factor tonight here for the Cougars.
One roster correction to make. Number 10 on the Munford Cougars is Dalvian Dickerson tonight. Earlier, we had him called as Tristan Bohannon, but it is Dalvian Dickerson wearing the number 10 jersey for the Cougars. Overton lines up. 3-receiver set. One man in the back. 4-receiver set.
4 receivers, yeah.
One man in the back. Oh, the handoff is bobbled by the running back, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Right there was big old number 55, Hunter Perry.
Hunter Perry gets a really good push right there to get in the backfield. Right as that ball is handed off, he meets him and pushes him back. Loss of one. Big first play for Munford.
Perry big in last week's game with 6 tackles and a fumble recovery in the loss to Dyersburg.
Only 3 down defensive linemen for Munford on these first 2 plays.
Running a 3-4 look.
Yeah.
And play is whistled for a false start before it starts. And so that will set the Wolverines back 5 yards.
You're right, a 3-4 look. But it looks like, okay, this time they're starting back. But it looks like the previous couple of plays, they started on the line and he backed up after they lined up.
Overton quarterback Damian Mitchell looking for the snap out of the gun. Fakes the handoff and then hands it off on the sweep and swallowed up in the backfield again. Maybe he eked out a yard falling forward.
Little trickeration.
And good up front defense on the opening drive for the Wolverines.
Substitutions going both ways here. I was talking about 3rd and long for Munford. This is a 3rd and very long for Overton on this first drive of the game for them.
And most likely we'll get to see the arm of Damian Mitchell on a play like this.
Late substitution on the Munford side, it looks like.
4 receivers, 2 wide right.
Oh, really late substitution.
1 man wide left, 1 man slot to the left. Dennis is in the backfield.
Is that Jordan Bell out there on defense?
Jordan Bell comes in at safety. Back to pass is Mitchell. Mitchell doesn't find a man. Now he's going to have to scramble a little bit. Now he just throws it out there after he sees a flag go. He believes it's going to be a free play. We will wait for the signal from the official, but he threw it. It is a hold on the offense, and it will be declined by Munford. So not a free play for Overton, although it looked like Mitchell thought that's what was going on when he saw the flag because he dumped the ball immediately into an area of the field where nobody was.
Dangerous downfield, too. Ball might have been uncatchable, but it looked like there was a lot of pushing and shoving downfield, too. It maybe could have been a flag in the secondary for pass interference. So, a little bit lucky there for Munford and a little bit of a missed opportunity there for Overton.
So 4th down now for Overton. Martavian Thomas will come in to punt for the Wolverines. And the play is blown dead before it starts, and we've got to be closing in on 10 penalties already with 4:23 left in the first quarter.
Looks like it's going to go against the Cougars.
Oh, no.
And It is encroachment against the Cougars, it appears. And so that'll make it 4th and 11 now.
Don't want to give those back. But if you're going to do it, I guess you could do it on 3rd and 17.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Or 4th and 17, excuse me.
All right, so Thomas will punt. Akarius Hodgen back to receive.
Oh, we almost got there.
Oh, he did almost get there, and it is a very short punt. It will trickle its way down to the 46-yard line of the Cougars, and that's where they'll start their next drive.
Good field position.
Near midfield as Bell will come out and take the offense, trying to go down and get another touchdown on the board.
Last touchdown capped off by a run from Aubrey Durham. Maybe get Jordan Bell or all the Guida touch getting in there would be nice. I'd love to see a lot of passing here. You know, this is a good opportunity, I think, to see Jordan Bell's arm. We didn't get the chance to see it much last week. I'd really like to see what he has in store for us this week.
I'd say what we've seen out of it, though, has been pretty impressive. There's definitely some things to work on, but very impressive as a young quarterback.
Absolutely.
And he takes a snap. Play's blown dead. Going to be called for a false start on the offense here, and they'll march it back 5 yards, and we'll do it over again. 1st and 15, Cougars.
We don't like that.
When you start out near midfield, Jay, you want to push that ball forward. You don't want to go backwards on the first play.
Absolutely not. Especially something as easy as just waiting for the ball to be snapped.
And there is a little bit of weather in the area, so we'll keep you updated on that as we get information. No lightning reported yet. Bell in the shotgun. He takes the snap and fakes the handoff. Now drops back to pass. Steps forward, looks over, and just overthrows Jeremiah Davis there over the middle.
He had a lot of time there. You know, I'd like to see him set his feet a little bit, but still a pretty good touch on that ball. Just a little bit overthrown there, but had some guys open downfield.
Yeah, absolutely. That was his 3rd incompletion on the night. He is 2 for 5, excuse me.
And that's why I just don't want to get a penalty on 1st down. Don't want to set us up in a 1st and long situation. Just churn away some yards here.
Hand it off to White. White had a hole, but it was closed up quickly by Martavian Thomas.
Really good tackle by Thomas there. Really good tackle. That's the kicker, too, also, if you remember. So also a dual threat kicker, yes. Defensive threat there at linebacker.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 now for the Cougars, and likely we'll see some of that arm from Jordan here as he drops back to pass. He's got Jeremiah Davis open on the right, but decides to tuck it and run.
Good block.
Rolls out to the right side, and he will beat the man to the edge, and he will not get all the way for the 1st down. He will get across midfield, however, to the 46 of the Wolverine.
That's what I was saying on this play where he rolled out here to the left and threw it to Davis. I would like to see him scramble there because Davis has a chance to give him a block. That's what he did that time. A great block by Davis and a lot of room to run out there to the right.
And so a play that seemed like it was breaking down got them to where they're comfortable going for it here on 4th and 2.
Man.
And Overton jumped. I think it was Overton.
I think you're right.
It was. And it's going to move the sticks on 4th down for the Cougars. They don't even have to convert that one. They get a gift from Overton.
They haven't had to convert any of their 4th downs thus far, I don't believe. They've been all penalties.
Discipline on the defensive line. Tough for Overton tonight. The handoff to Jace Hodgen. And Jace Hodgen brought down in the backfield. Overton has been all over those runs that take a long time to develop.
Those early down runs especially, you know, on those 1st downs, that's all those big losses have been on 1st down runs. You're absolutely right.
And that was their stud running back, Chris Dennis, in on the tackle there. Not a huge roster for Overton. Most guys play in both ways. In the high school, most guys do play both ways. And look, being chased in the backfield is Bell. Bell makes 2 men miss, then gets it back up past the original line of scrimmage. It looks like he'll get about a yard.
That was Martavian Thomas again for Overton, going untouched through the line and just chasing down Jordan Bell. Really good, a bunch of good defensive plays on this drive by that young man.
And so it'll be 3rd and 12 now for the Cougars. Bell in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to White, and now he's sacked.
Tough.
In on that, Jamarian Smith for the Wolverines. Huge loss.
Could have been one of two guys there, too. Two guys went untouched there through there. It's got 50 on this side, and it's a tough play for Munford there. Brings up a 4th and very long. This is going to be a tough one to convert if you want to go for it.
Bill had 0 time to make any decisions there.
You're right.
And so now Ben Cernelia will be in to punt. He's got the boot to put it down within the 10. One man back to receive for the Wolverines.
Another penalty.
And we'll see which way this one goes. I didn't see who jumped.
Neither did I. It's on Overton.
And Overton cannot get the timing down on that defensive line, even on special teams.
That's their 5th penalty of the game. You could have called 2 more that they declined, but that's their fifth one of the game.
So from a little bit closer, Cernelia will punt it, and it'll be a good boot. He'll get it off, and it'll take a good Munford roll, and it will go all the way down to the 3 or 4 yard line. What a punt by Ben Cernelia.
Excellent punt. 65 yards by my count. That's an excellent boot right there, and that's going to be really good starting field position if you're Munford's defense here. Not good if you're Overton's offense, though.
Absolutely. It'll go in the books, I think, as a 50-yarder, but like you said, I don't understand why they don't count it from the area where it gets kicked and not the line of scrimmage like they do field goals.
Right. But that's a great way to flip field position. You know, a little bit of a disappointing offensive drive, I would say, if you're Munford. And if you're going to be the special teams and defense, really good job to have some resiliency and pin the other team deep. Play the long game.
So now in a bad position, Mitchell will take the snap from his own end zone. He'll hand it off on the sweep. The ball will come loose, and it'll be recovered by an Overton player. That's Wilbur Jackson falling on the fumble.
They've run 2 sweeps there to Jackson there, and both have been kind of the same thing, just kind of long developing and have gone nowhere. Clock ticking down, though. They don't have to run a play if they don't want to.
And so now it'll be 2nd down. And like you said, clock's ticking down. About 21 seconds left. Play clock is just ahead. They will run a play. He'll drop back to pass. He's looking long.
Good ball.
He's throwing into double coverage, and he overthrows the receiver. It's going to be a tough catch to make anyway for Wilbur Jackson. And that will stop the clock with 9.9 to go in the first quarter. Munford leading 8-0.
Like you said, double coverage there, but a well-thrown ball, even a little bit overthrown. But, I mean, in high school football, that's a good start to have arm talent like that.
Absolutely. About 45 yards in the air, wasn't it?
Just about, yeah, I think so. Not sure you're going to complete that a whole lot of times in a double coverage, though.
No, actually, probably good that it was overthrown.
Yeah, honestly. Either caught by your man or caught by nobody.
We'll likely see a long throw again as Mitchell drops back to pass, and he trips up, and he's trying to stay up, but he'll eventually be brought down. Safety for the Munford defense. Dalvian Dickerson in on the safety.
Well, that's why you want to pin him deep there, because you give yourself a chance on something like that. Really big play by Munford's defense.
The clock didn't move on the play, so there will be some discussion, I think, on how much time is actually left. But the Cougars take the lead, 10-0. Both teams have gone to the sideline as though it's the end of the quarter. So we'll take a break. You're watching Cougar football here on Ritter Communications.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
So still first quarter. The clock says 9.9 left, so no time went off the clock on that safety by Munford. I'm not quite sure how it's scored on the field. Now they're going to whistle before the free kick. They've got a free kick from the 15 is where they have the ball put down. But, yeah, I
think that's where
I don't think it's where it's supposed to be marked. They realize that. It's free kick from the 20.
I thought maybe they were talking about coming together to talk about the clock.
And looks like Martavian Thomas opting to kick it from the tee for the free kick.
You do get the option, but you don't see it every day. Most guys choose to punt.
And so Thomas will kick it off, and it will go to about the 45, picked up by the up man, and he will get around the left side, and he has got some running room, gets down to about the – well, he got back in bounds. I thought he went out at the 22, but he was able to get back in bounds.
Great return by Medill, and that's huge. That's why you get a safety there. That ball was returned at about the 40-yard line, 35-yard line maybe. A huge return there by Mason Medill, and gets inside the 20. A great starting field position for Munford there. But, you still want to emphasize the things that you need to do well week in and week out, like discipline, not getting penalties, getting positive plays like that. And that's something you can look to improve regardless of the situation.
And so after an explosive return by Medill, that is what will end the first quarter. Cougars in the red zone already, threatening again, 10-0 over the Overton Wolverines in the first district game of the year. We'll be right back with more Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Start of the second quarter here at Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium in Munford as Jordan Bell takes the snap out of the gun, fakes the handoff, and throws across the middle for Dalvian Dickerson, and a broken up. Great defensive play by Joshua Ross.
That was really close, but he timed it really well. And like you said, an excellent defensive play there, brings up second down. But really good throw, but you got to be able to watch that defender. You don't want to leave your receivers out there to dry if you're Jordan Bell. That's how people get hurt.
Absolutely. Bell not having much success in the passing game so far tonight. He'll take it, and this time hand it off to White. White goes off the right side, finds a hole, got a great block, and gets it down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line.
Might have been in the back, though, because it looks like there's a flag down. It did look like he got half of his back there, but still created some space.
And so it is a block in the back, and it will be marched back. Cancel that run for Alvick White, but a great block on the edge, broke him free.
And it goes back to what we said before the drive again, man. You just don't want to get these kind of penalties. It just puts you back, and regardless of where you start on the field, regardless of what the score is, that's stuff that you got to make sure you take care of week in and week out, and it doesn't, shaky first quarter and first play of the second quarter here for Munford.
So Bell will call Jace Hodgen in motion and hand it off to him on the left side sweep. He'll make the man in the backfield miss. Oh, horse collared down and not able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He will get a couple of yards on the play.
Still a positive play, a good little jet sweep there, a good little run, and a lot of space to work. So that's a good positive play, but it brings up another 3rd and long.
Jace Hodgen, one of those emerging players for this Cougars team, making a name for himself.
In the run game.
And the fakes the handoff, and White will roll out to his right. Really just shakes the tackler off in the backfield and able to get it out to the edge and then out at the 11-yard line. And that was just quite a juke.
Really good juke right there. And I'll tell you what, on the outside there, Jeremiah Davis again out there to receive, and he's done a really good job every single time a play is broken down and ended up in a scramble, laying a good block on DBs. He is really aware of what's going on the football field.
So for 4th down, they'll let their kicker, Braxton Brown, come out and try the field goal. We know he has the leg. This will be a 29-yard attempt,
oh, no.
and it was kicked on it. I don't know if something went wrong with the hold or he just kicked the top of the ball, but it went straight down on the ground to the line of scrimmage, covered up by Munford, but turnover on downs, and Overton will take over.
I couldn't see it there. But that's, again, it goes back. I feel like I'm, saying the same thing over and over again here, but it goes back to penalties. You don't want to start on that first and long, don't want to start on second and long because, anything can happen. You bring out the kick game, especially in a wet night like tonight when it's been raining all day. It's tough.
So after a safety for the Munford defense, followed by a great free kick return from Mason Medill all the way down into the red zone, Munford unable to cash in at all, and Overton will get the ball back down 10-0 with 10:42 to go in the half.
I should mention last week, though, I think it was a hold, like you said, because Braxton Brown had a really good week last week, 3 extra points on a lot of touchdowns and made field goals, so a little bit surprising there to see something like that happen.
And Mitchell will have 2 backs in the backfield. I don't believe we've seen this look yet this
We
game.
haven't.
He'll hand it off. Draw play up the middle. Nice little run. It'll be about an 8-yard run up the middle for Chris Dennis.
Really good run there by Dennis, and he's the guy we wanted to watch coming into this game, and I think that's the biggest positive play they've had so far. Big 9-yard, 8-yard run there by the young fella.
Stands 5'8", but goes 205 pounds. He's a force. He's going to run up the middle again, but now he's going to decide to cut it back. Runs into his own man, cuts it back to the left, but the Cougars all over that one. 3 Cougars bring him down for no gain.
Swarming the football there by those 3 guys. Really good because that was a chance to make a big play out of nothing there by the running back Dennis, and so really good job. Good to see 3 Cougars swarming the football.
So Damian Mitchell still going with this 2-backfield setup. He'll have 3 receivers. He'll hand it off to Dennis again. Dennis will try the middle again and go nowhere. And now he'll lose a couple. They'll give him forward progress. So it'll only be a loss of 1 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It doesn't look like there's holes where there's supposed to be holes in the line of scrimmage or in the offensive line for Overton.
Well, we saw earlier his blocker was pushed back into him, and he had to change direction.
Right.
And so the punt team looks like will come out for Overton.
4th and short. Probably a smart decision here, though.
From this side of the field.
I agree. But I love to reward a risky decision, a risky play. Another big punter out on the field, number 50 here, Romalik Carter.
And this will be
freshman.
This will be interesting as well. There is a flag already on the play.
Something with his chin strap.
Yeah, something going on with his chin strap. And the head referee gets him all fixed up. And we'll go again. So no penalty. Just needed to fix the helmet.
Almost blocked the last punt, remember, so look for something here.
There's Carter, and it's 1 step forward, but it's a decent boot to Akarius Hodgen, and he is taken down almost immediately. Flag on the play, however. I think it's going to be a block in the back against the Cougars, however. Looked like the initial gunner got blocked off of Hodgen.
Good pressure there by Overton's kick team, honestly. And a pretty good return other than the flag there, but a good little run, good little return.
But a good high kick that didn't allow for a long return,
Absolutely.
too, and maybe that's why they brought in Carter to kick that punt.
That's unfortunate because, you see the field position they would have started with. Now we're on our other side of the field here, and, again, I'm going to say it again, penalties continue to be a factor here in this football game.
And so it will be against the Cougars. They'll take the 15-yard clipping penalty, and it was pretty obvious.
It was. I agree.
And the good news for the Cougars is it doesn't put them further behind the sticks because it's the first play of the drive on a turnover. So they'll get the ball 1st and 10. Bell will take the snap, hand it off to White. He goes off the right side. Bell's got a blocker, and he gets all the way out for 14 yards. First down.
That's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, first down plays of the game tonight for Munford. And that's really good to see here. They're getting to the line quick here. They want to catch Overton off guard here after a first big play there, it looks like.
White gets a spell. Hand off to Durham. Durham takes it off the right side. He'll catch a block. He gets out past the 40 to the 42.
I've really liked watching Durham run the ball tonight. He's run the ball really well with a lot of purpose and another big 8-yard 9-yard run there on first down. Another big first down play.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Durham stays in the backfield. And it is a handoff to Durham. He goes off the right side and carries it out to the 30-yard line.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the same off-tackle run 3 plays in a row.
It looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do it again.
And now the play is slowing down for a moment. It will be a timeout on the field. The official is taking a timeout and giving a sideline warning to Munford. So the Cougars get a sideline warning. No penalty this time.
I wonder if it was coaches or players.
I didn't see who it was.
Yeah, I didn't see either.
It may have been during the course of the end of that play, however.
Flip the set.
And a handoff to Durham. He'll run it up the middle now. Just an off-tackle run, left tackle, and up for about a 3-yard gain before he's brought down.
Another carry for Durham there. He's got a lot of work tonight. It's good to see. It's really good to see another running back in there and get a little bit of depth because they do run the ball a lot, and you saw last week they were gassed by the end of that football game.
And so that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 as Bell takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Durham this time, throws the quick right receiver screen out to Medill, but no good over his head.
Slow high throw. And honestly, Bell's been really accurate with throws like that all year, so that was a little bit surprising to see, a little out of character for the young man.
It's also a dangerous screen, it seems like, though, because there's no blocker.
Right. It was the same play we saw run the other going the other way in the first quarter.
Bell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the left, dumps it off to Jeremiah Davis. Jeremiah Davis gets it out for the first down to the 19-yard line.
That was close again. Just threw it a little bit behind Davis, who he didn't quite lead him, but a really good play by Davis to gather himself and hard running north and south for the first down there.
It's a very well-blocked and well-executed play. Bell waited just long enough for the defense to come up on him and then dump it over the top to Davis. As Durham takes handoff, gets into the secondary before he is brought down. He's close to another first down. He's around the 10-yard line. We'll see what the call is, and the official is saying move the sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And so it'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars.
How about this from Durham?
Best game we've seen from him so far. Incredible.
Absolutely.
Great to have those kinds of options when you're Munford. Handoff, no, keeper for Bell. This time he'll run around left, calls for a block out front, but we will get a flag and a hold, and that one will come back.
Disappointing to see because I thought it was a really good run, even get out there outside. It's disappointing to see the flag come in there.
And what's really disappointing is the hold was away from the play. And
hands to the face, it looked like. It wasn't even a hold. So just getting the hands a little bit too high.
And not near the play, not necessary. And so now you lose a good gain that would have gotten you down to about the 2-yard line.
Really
and now, I would say one of the hardest things, Jay, in football is when you get a 1st and goal and have to go backwards.
I was just about to say.
Now it's 1st and goal from the 20.
From the 20. I was just about to say the same thing.
And handoff to Avik White
Good
this
run.
time, and he makes one man, and he just shakes him off and gets all the way in the end zone. Touchdown, forget it. 1st and 20, who cares?
Who cares? Great run up the middle by White. Great blocking up front. Got a little bit of space, and when he sees daylight, he's gone. Look at that. Just breaks free, and he's gone for a touchdown. Really good run. Like you said, 1st and 20, who cares? Might as well be 1st and goal from the 1.
Bounces off one man. Overton lucky not to be called for a late hit there in the end zone, but the Cougars go up 16-0 with 5:17 left in the half.
Now, remember, they already went for it once here. We'll see. They're trying to reposition here, trying to figure out what's going on. They snap it again.
They snap it. Direct snap to White. He goes in. He pays off his own touchdown with a 2-point conversion, and that'll make it 18-0 Cougars as you watch Cougar football here on Ritter Communications.
17 to go. Cougars lead 18-0.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Back at Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium in Munford, Tennessee, the Munford Cougars out to a commanding lead in the first half, 18-0 now after a touchdown and two-point conversion, both by Auvik White. It's 5:17 left to go in the half, and the Cougars are on a roll, Jay.
You love to see big plays like that. We've called Munford's offense, we've used a word all year, explosive plays, and you saw there after a disappointing penalty, an explosive 20-yard touchdown run by Auvik White.
Brown will kick it, and it will roll from the 15 to the 10, be picked up, and Dennis will return it, and he'll get out. He took a big hit, got it out to the 21. A little shaken up, but he gets up on his own power, and he'll stay on the field.
Making me nervous there with that return. Took it off one bouncer. That's a ball that hop free there, and no telling what happens. But he fielded it well, and not a bad return to start inside the 20-yard line.
And so Damian Mitchell comes back out to helm this offense for the Overton Wolverines, down 3 scores.
Last drive for Munford, that was a 3.5-minute drive that resulted in a touchdown, so really moving the ball effectively.
3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Dennis in the backfield. It's a handoff to Dennis. He is swallowed, just swallowed in the backfield.
Dennis just can't get anything going tonight other than that 1 8-yard running out on first down. He's just not getting quite the push he needs up front. Like we said, it looks like he's running into places where there are no holes, and that's not on him. That's on his offensive line.
I think that was Jalen Dowell from the linebacker position that broke in on the run blitz, able to bring Dennis down.
Big play.
Same set for the Wolverines. Mitchell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. Already knew he wanted, throws his right. He's got a step, but it's just a little bit overthrown. But really, I believe you can pin that one on the receiver. He slowed down.
Did you see that breakaway speed, though? He still created separation while he was slowing down, but a tough throw and catch there. Really good ball there again by the young fellow quarterback for Damian Mitchell there. Really good throw and just a little bit out of reach for number 6, Mario Johnson.
It looked like Mario Johnson was trying to locate the ball, and it slowed him down, and if he'd have stayed in stride, the ball would have been on the money.
One-on-one, that's exactly what you're looking for if you're Overton, too, down over there.
Gained separation at exactly the right time. It was really a good play that just didn't work out for the Wolverines.
You're right.
We'll see Mitchell try to throw again. Now he's got to scramble because the man gets in the backfield. He makes a miss, gets it all the way out to the first down, and then steps out of bounds. So a nice scramble there by Damian Mitchell.
That was a lot of space. It looked like Munford might have been in man-to-man coverage there, or at least a deep zone, something going on deep, because those receivers cleared out on deep routes. Just a lot of space over there on the right side to scramble for a first down. Good run. Good effective running there.
Absolutely, and really the first time we've seen that out of Mitchell tonight.
You're right.
We do know that Mitchell has run in the past for Overton and actually has a couple of rushing touchdowns. And now a penalty, though, against Overton will march the ball backwards.
It's like the 3rd penalty tonight. I've just totally missed the flag being thrown and what's happened on the field.
I did not see a flag go out.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
But regardless, 3rd and forever now.
Yeah.
For the Overton Wolverines as they run a 4-receiver set with Dennis in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Looks like, he's going to find a man on a crossing route, and he drops it.
He had a lot of space, too.
Mario Johnson drops on the crossing route, and now there's going to be a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cougars.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
They're going to hand some yardage to the Wolverines.
It's disappointing. On the play for Overton, though, just talking about the play for a second, that's 2 plays we've seen Mario Johnson in on. The 2 good throws there by the quarterback, Damian Mitchell, and just not able to bring him in. But like you said, giving yards back here on a penalty to Munford.
Pushing and shoving. After a 3rd down stop, you were getting the ball back. I mean, I'm assuming that it won't be enough yardage to change the outcome of the play, so it will still be 4th down.
They were talking about it for a while, though. I wonder if it's offsetting. Yeah.
Yes, so they will call offsetting penalties. Unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams, and they'll offset, and it'll be 4th and 20. And so we'll see the Wolverines punt. Be interesting to see who they bring out as the punter this time.
Yeah, you're right. They have gone to 2 different punters tonight. And remember, 2 punts that Munford's got a really good push on to almost block and deep in this territory here.
They've used Carter and they've used Thomas. Thomas seems to have the more accurate leg, but the bigger leg comes from Carter, and they will use Carter this time. The carry is Hodgen back to receive.
Carter only a freshman again back there. Oh, penalty.
Play blown dead. Going to be most likely a false start against Overton as we wait for the signal. And it will be a false start against the Wolverines.
Another penalty. This is really a game coming down to now if we can count the penalties, not only by both teams, but who's going to have more in the game by going both ways.
I've lost count of the penalties.
Me too. I was about to count it up at this next break.
Deep in his own end zone, he punts it out, and it's a low punt, and it'll fall dead. Won't take much of a roll at all and fall down at about the 29-yard line. Excellent starting position for the Cougars again. Let's see if they can pay it off here when we come back to Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it.
Bell takes the snap. Munford got out on the ball quick. He'll keep it, and he'll run up the middle and get a gain of about 10 yards. We'll see. It might be marked at about 9, so it'll be a little bit short of the first down as the Cougars lead the Wolverines here with 3:36 to go in the half. Handoff to Avik. No, a fake handoff to Avik White that fooled me, and a pass and catch, and that is a Carius Hodgen for the first down, 1st and goal, Cougars.
Big catch by Haas and big throw and catch right there. That was good connection right there. Just a little timed route. Beautiful throw and catch.
Faked me out on that one. Moving quickly. Now it's a handoff to White. He'll punch it in. Touchdown, Cougars, Avik White.
Big run by White. Puts himself on the board there for the second time tonight. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Cougars. And now I'm really interested to see what's going to happen if Overton's going to react on this 2-point conversion. It's really just counting men, isn't it, when they're doing this? And so basically all Overton needs to do is put more guys over there, and then they'll reformation and kick a field goal.
I think you have to start letting Brown kick. You got to let him – no, it goes to White, and White will punch it in. 2-point conversion. I guess if they're not going to stop it, then you don't do it. But I was saying you give Brown a chance to get some confidence back after the messed up field goal earlier. And I don't want to say anything, Jay, but I believe I just saw lightning in the area, so we may have this game put on pause. No signal from anybody yet, but I believe I saw lightning in the distance a moment ago. My eyes may have deceived me, though. It could have been flash photography.
Could have been. A lot of paparazzi. On that behind that end zone. But, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, though, about kicking. It's not about this game. It's about the whole season. And you want to get reps for those guys, build confidence, build everything. It's just good practice to get those reps in a game. And you want to see that happen. I agree with you.
So the Cougars have managed to put it in the end zone every drive except for one. And interestingly enough, it was the drive that started closest to the end zone that they were not able to score on.
I was about to say that before that last drive there. It's not automatic points when you start there, but 3 really big plays there for Munford. Puts the ball in the end zone, as they should.
And so Braxton Brown will line up to kick it off. 26-0 Cougars, 2:58 left in the first half. And Brown will kick it high and short. It'll be fielded at the 30 and taken up to the 36 for Overton. Deshaun Robinson.
That was only a 52-second drive for Munford right there. That resulted in a touchdown. 3 plays, 52 seconds, and a big touchdown for the Cougars.
And so Sonny Stats, or whoever I told you at the beginning that was calling the spread.
Getting close.
It is getting very close to that predicted spread by the Tennessee quote-unquote odds makers. There aren't really odds, but
just a good gauge for what you expect in the game that night.
Mitchell's going to take the snap and throw it a screen in the backfield. It was a nicely designed play, but well defended by Munford. Gain of about 2 for the Wolverines.
That was a nice play, honestly. One of the better plays I've seen from Overton tonight. I'd like to see him put a good drive together here, honestly, get some positive plays, because they seem to have pretty talented players, at least at the skill positions.
And it does also seem like they have whoever is drawing their plays up. They're fairly technical plays sometimes, but they're very good. So Mitchell will have 3 receivers on this set. No, 4 receivers on this set. He'll take the snap. There was movement, but no flag. He'll roll out to his right, and he will throw, and it will – oh, my goodness. Oh, Mario Johnson off his hands and then clobbered. And they're going to call a targeting penalty against Munford for the hit.
Defenseless receiver there. That's the way they call football nowadays. And it's defenseless receiver there. He gets hit, and it's a clear incompletion. And you just got to lay off there. That's how they teach it nowadays, but it's still a big hit regardless. You know, that's 2 drops now we've seen from Mario Johnson. This one over the middle on this side of the field and that one there. And 2 really good balls there from Damian Mitchell. So I'd like to see that young man bring those passes in.
Ethan Casillas from Munford on the punishment there to the receiver, but you can't do that. You used to be able to do that.
Right.
And because as soon as the ball's tipped, everybody's fair game. That is not the case.
As recently as 10 years ago, you could do that.
That's not the case now. You have what is called a defenseless receiver, a defenseless player, rather, and a handoff off the left side to Dennis. Dennis will get about 5 yards on that one.
Good run there on first down again there. That's 2 first down plays that have resulted in positive yardage on this drive.
And I definitely saw lightning that time to the south of the stadium, Jay. Something to keep an eye on.
I've missed both of those.
Mitchell in the backfield, takes the snap, drops back to pass, and he will throw. He's looking, and it is caught for a touchdown. And after multiple drops and a huge hit on the last play, Mario Johnson shakes it all off and gets the touchdown for the Wolverines.
You just got to catch the big one, right? You just got to catch the one that matters. And that was a good throw and a really good way to grab that ball. Really good catch right there. Unbelievable catch.
Wolverines on the board with 1:20 left in the first half. 26-6 now, waiting on an extra point attempt from the Wolverines.
Got turned around in a couple different ways there and still was able to make that grab falling into the end zone. Excellent catch there by the young man. Redeemed himself, for sure.
2-point conversion attempt now, and why not? Munford's done it every time. Mitchell, 2 backs in the backfield. He'll hand it off. It's a little bit of a cross-up from the backfield. It'll go nowhere as Dennis tries. They try a little counter play with Dennis, and it doesn't work out. It takes too long to develop. The Cougars sniff it out. And so the score will remain 26-6. Cougars lead, 1:20 to go in the half as we bring you Cougar football here on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back in Munford, Tennessee, the Cougars lead 26-6 over the Overton Wolverines. 1:20 to go in the first half. And the Wolverines just got their first score of the game on a big pass from Damian Mitchell to Mario Johnson.
We always talk about Munford's offense being explosive, but that was an explosive play from Overton right there. And the first really big pass play we've seen from them all game.
And a good catch in coverage from Johnson after he dropped, too.
Absolutely.
And this one will be fielded by Jace Hodgen. He's got some running room. He gets it up. He's to the 30. He's to the 40. And now he tries a juke move, but is brought down from the front and behind. Gets it out to the 42. Excellent return by Jace Hodgen.
Excellent return. Excellent blocking by the return team of Munford. And pretty good open field tackling, too, honestly, by Overton and guys behind the play chasing it down as well.
And honestly, when you got the 2 Hodgen boys threatening at returner, it is a hard thing to defend.
Absolutely right. And a low kick like that with good blocking in front of them, you're going to give them some yards a lot of times that way.
He had 20 clear yards before he saw the first person.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Bell back out. Avik White's in the backfield. He'll fake the handoff to White. Now he'll drop back to pass. He's got Medill wide open and just overthrown. I mean, just overthrown.
I think Medill had a step after about 15 yards of running there, and he had it for a long time. They're just a little bit overthrown there, but just beat his man right there. Excellent job by Medill. That's all you ask of him.
Absolutely, and it was a good ball. It was just a 1 yard overthrown. Hand off to White. He'll go off the right side. He'll get it up for a gain of about 5.
Way to bring back some yards there to bring up a little bit third and shorter here as the clock winds down here. How many times? 3 timeouts.
47 seconds. Clock still ticking. Munford doesn't look like they're interested in calling a timeout to stop the clock.
Understandable.
And Bell calls for the snap. He'll hand it off. No, he'll keep it for himself on White. He thought about handing it off on a read option. He'll get it out to Dickerson, and Dickerson will catch it, and that will be about a 13-yard gain. A nice pass and catch, and now the Cougars call a timeout to stop the clock.
A good throw and catch there. A lot of space there. Almost got sacked. A little bit of the interesting play development, but it got there, got open, and a big first down to make it make a little bit shorter field here with 29 seconds to go.
Read option, and he kept the ball in the belly of White seemingly forever and then pulled it out.
Yeah.
And found Dickerson, and I believe that's what led to Dickerson being able to be as open as he was.
Yeah. Get a little bit of space there. And, you've ran the ball really effectively all night, and Overton has had to respect that by packing the box, and it's going to open up the passing game a little bit, as we've seen that here the last couple drives.
Bell's starting to work his way back to around a 50% completion percentage on the night after a couple of good throws and catches. And
a lot of receivers involved tonight for Munford as well, with another catch there by Dickerson.
White will stay in the backfield. One receiver left to the right. Fakes a handoff to White. Rolls out to his right, but he's met in the backfield, and he's going to be drugged down for a sack. And that's going to be Malik Carter, the big punter.
An unfortunate negative play there, but I want to point out again, I've mentioned this guy a ton tonight, Jeremiah Davis on the left side there on that play. An excellent block, held it the entire play. Every time I see him on the field, he's doing something positive tonight, so I just had to point him out again.
And so Munford will call a timeout to stop the clock again. It'll be 2nd and 12 or 13 when they get back out on the field. Munford wants to put one in. They feel like they can probably put this one away if they put one in the end zone before the half.
It'll be tough, though. I mean, it's still 40 yards to go here, 22 seconds. It takes, but, an explosive offense, as we've said.
So White stays in the backfield for the Cougars. 2 receivers set this time. Now man's in the slot. White switches sides in the backfield, dropping back to pass is Bell. Looking for a man. He found one, but he couldn't get it to him. Overthrew Jeremiah Davis, and it was picked off by Overton. Interception, Wilbur Jackson.
Right through the hands. You hate to see that. Another tough play there. Good little rollout, just a little bit of a high throw, but still get your hands on it. You gotta catch that.
Wilbur Jackson, one of our players to watch at the beginning of the game.
7 tackles last week. Not an interception, though. Playing safety, he obviously is lurking if he has 7 tackles at the safety position.
I believe Jackson 3 weeks ago had an interception return for a touchdown.
Really? So we know he's capable of it then.
So with 15 seconds left in the half, Munford will go on defense.
A lot of confusion.
I'm not sure they'll do anything except take a knee here.
Well, with the amount of confusion they have getting to the line of scrimmage right now, that might not be a bad idea.
Looks like they're setting up for the Hail Mary, though, Jay.
5 DBs for Munford.
Will be. Hail Mary play here. Mitchell looking for a man. He waits a long time, throws. He's got a man coming back to the ball, but he won't get it. Intended for Mario Johnson, but Mario Johnson had to come back about 10 yards to make a play on it.
That's tough. With 7 seconds left, that would have been a lot of yards. They could have helped them out a lot if they wanted to get any points on this drive.
Jay, on that Hail Mary, you can't do what Mitchell did. Mitchell stopped, looked to the right, then moved around, looked to the left. On the Hail Mary, you just have to throw.
Especially in a situation like that.
You have to let your guys go, take your 3-step drop, and chunk it. Or maybe a 5-step drop, but you just throw it downfield and hope something good happens with the amount of time left on the clock.
Right. Unless you want to get 2 plays out of it, but I don't think they
False
did.
start there. Going to be against Wilbur Jackson for the Wolverines. They're going to call encroachment against Munford.
That's tough.
But Wilbur Jackson jumped that play, and I believe that's what caused the Munford defense to jump. Well, it's a matter of perspective, and the refs are the ones on the field. So don't trust what I say.
Either way, penalties going both ways. Could have gone either way all night.
A little bit different of a receiver look. This time they're going to bunch 3 receivers on the
There it
right,
goes.
and they're going to throw it to the right, and it's going to be, it was right on. Oh, it's picked up by Akarius Hodgin off of the tip. He's going to get it and return it out to the 40-yard line. That's going to end the first half with a pick by Akarius Hodgin.
Good tackle by Wilbur Jackson right there, though.
Yeah, 11 versus 11 here at the end of the game. Good defense we've seen from both teams. But Munford goes in the locker room with a lead, 26-6. And we'll be back with some halftime stats and also let you know what the weather's doing and give you some updates on games in the area. All that coming up at the halftime. You are watching Munford football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
Back in Munford, Tennessee, it's halftime. The Cougars lead the Wolverines 26-6. It's been mostly Munford in the first half, but Overton came back punching there at the end of the half. Gamers, you want to get more out of your game? Have you ever been playing a game and then wondered why someone got you in the game and you say, oh, I pushed the button.
I hate that.
It's probably your internet speed is what got you there. They've got faster internet than you, but good news, you can get gig speed internet from Ritter Communications. If you're in the Ritter area, just go to rittercommunications.com. If you don't know if you're in the Ritter area, you can find out by going to the website. But gig speed internet is available from Ritter Communications, and that's who brings you Cougar football here on Tubetown. 75 degrees, wind coming out of the northeast at 4 miles an hour, but it doesn't look like the storms are going to make it here. We've had little pop-up showers and storms around us. We've seen lightning in the distance, but it looks like we're going to be okay for the duration of the game. We've got some stats from the first half. Jay Harder, what do you got?
So I got some team stats for us so far. 162 total yards for Munford in the first half. 139 of those came on the ground with 3 touchdowns. Throwing the ball tonight for Jordan Bell. Not a great night so far. 3 of 9, but some big completions. 23 yards passing. Had that 1 interception. So I want to see a little more out of him coming in the second half. As many drives as we'll get him, I guess, up 26-6 here. 9 penalties, though, against the Cougars in that first half. Against 8 penalties for Overton. They only had 38 total yards. -7 on the ground, but 45 yards passing, 1 of 9, that one big pass completion to number 6, Mario Johnson, resulting in a touchdown. So tough half for Overton, a little bit better for Munford, but I want to see the penalties cleaned up by both teams in the second half.
If you can clean up penalties in your driving life, then you may be able to get a discount from Farmers Insurance, the claims-free discount available on auto and home insurance. You can go to memphisfarmers.com to get a quote today. That's memphisfarmers.com. Farmers Insurance has seen it and covered it. Little score update from around the area. We've got the Tipton Rosemark Academy Rebels leading Fayette Academy, their rival, 20-0.
Wow.
Right now, Covington, who was favored by 40 over the Ripley Tigers, only leading by 9 at the half. It is 21-12, Covington over Ripley at halftime. Over in Arkansas, Pocahontas and Nettleton tied up at 14 at the half. Here at home, Germantown leading Bartlett 7-0 at halftime. Rivercrest in Arkansas over Brooklyn 14-13. That one hasn't gotten to the second quarter yet. Riverview and Blytheville are playing, but no update from that one so far. White Station leading Arlington 14-7.
Close one
tonight, and those are your score updates for halftime. Right here, the Cougars lead the Wolverines 26-0. When we come back, we'll bring you the second half of Munford Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch championship wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch championship wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
Back here in Munford, Tennessee, the Cougars leading the Overton Wolverines 26-6. And it's been a great game for the home team so far, Jay.
It has been a good game so far. I mean, and other than one big explosive play for Overton, really have looked pretty good on both sides of the football. Like we've said a lot so far, the thing to clean up would be penalties. But still, you got to be pleased in the locker room right now if you're up 26-6 at halftime.
The amount of penalties has really been unbelievable, though, for Overton.
It has. Like we said, it's been 8 penalties for Overton tonight, 9 for Munford, which I was surprised. I might have missed one or not wrote one down, but I was surprised that I had Munford with more penalties than Overton. But still, either way, both sides need to clean that up because it's little things, right?
Well,
it's like holding and hands to the face
yes.
and encroachment, things like that.
And I believe in this. The reason Overton, all of theirs came in quick succession in the first quarter for the most part, and then they sort of cleaned it up. At least false start-wise, they cleaned it up in the second quarter there.
Right.
But not able to get much going on offense. Munford defense camping in the backfield a lot of the night, stopping the power of Chris Dennis.
Absolutely. They really have. And they have some good skill position players led by Dennis back there, who's a really good running back. And Mitchell has shown he's got some legs and can really scramble well, too. So it's really credit to Munford's defense to be able to get that push up front and get in the backfield before those guys can create some havoc.
Only one game tonight in college football, and that is UCF and Louisville. And right now, Louisville leads that one, 21-14 at halftime. That's AAC versus ACC.
A lot of the same letters in those two conferences.
Louisville and Central Florida shared a conference for 1 year in the old Big East. And then, of course, Louisville taking the invite to the ACC. So now UCF going to the Big 12, so they won't be in the AAC.
Led by former Auburn coach Gus Malzahn.
Yes, Gus Malzahn taking that job after Josh Heupel leaves Central Florida for the Tennessee job. Tomorrow, here locally, we're looking forward to the Mississippi State coming to town and playing the Memphis Tigers. That one should be a pretty good game. Both teams have really high-powered offenses, so there shouldn't be a lack of scoring.
You were mentioning it earlier, and Memphis' secondary is an area of concern there, and Mississippi State head coach Mike Leach notorious for not running the football ever. Not just a little bit, ever.
Right.
So that's something to watch for tomorrow is the secondary of Memphis and the air raid offense of Mississippi State.
And a true air raid, not the West Coast offense, but a true air raid that Mike Leach runs. And an interesting character is Mike Leach.
Absolutely. He'll give the reporters what they want to hear every single time. Say something funny, say something interesting. He'll answer any kind of question. He's a character. That's the right way to say it.
A few more minutes before the Cougars come out of the locker room and kick off the second half. We'll bring it back here for the start. It's Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have two cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it just stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
Back here for the start of the second half in Munford, Tennessee. The Munford Cougars leading the Overton Wolverines 26-6. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder bringing you this game on Ritter Communications. And Braxton Brown will kick it to Overton. They'll receive in the second half.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. To start the second half, we get blown dead.
It looked like, was he about to try an onside kick, too? That was a weird run up, or maybe he just saw the ref blow it dead early. I'm not sure.
I think he may have seen it because the way the ball is set up,
it doesn't look like it. You're right.
Properly on the tee.
I agree. We'll see here.
And it's a very short kickoff by Brown. Oh, it can't be fielded, and it is on the ground. Munford says they have it. We'll wait and see what the refs say. And it is the Cougars' ball. They'll get it at the 35-yard line of the Wolverines. They're looking to put a nail in this one early, Jay.
And we mentioned that earlier. There's been some risky catches on kick returns that Overton's gone for. It hasn't bit them yet until that one right there. It's tough to see, but really good starting field position for Munford here. But, you know, I'll be saying it again and again. I want to see a good penalty-free drive here. A lot of positive plays from the Munford offense.
Two receivers right, one left. Alvick White will be in the backfield to Jordan Bell's left. He'll call Jace Hodgen in motion. He'll fake the handoff to Hodgen, then hand it off to White. White will get swallowed up in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play.
A little bit of a long developing play there results in a loss, but, you know, first down, got some, you know, you don't want plays to result in penalties either, right? Like a negative 5-yard run like this and brings up a second and long. Just get some yards away here and inch a little bit closer to that first down.
Chris Dennis on the stop from the linebacker position there on the run blitz. And now fakes the handoff to White, rolls out to his left. He's going to run. He's got some space. He tries to make a man miss, but is drugged down by Dennis. Gain of about 5 for Jordan Bell on the keeper.
Really big run there. Really big run there. Got a lot of space there. About 10 because they started 5 yards deep there, but a big run that it's just disappointing that they had to start 5 yards back there. But it brings up a third and manageable, 3rd and 5 here.
And another fake handoff play action. He'll pass it out in the flat to Jeremiah Davis, but Jeremiah Davis catches it on the ground. And in high school, young man, you are down when that happens.
Not the NFL, but I wrote down Jeremiah Davis at halftime. A good catch by the young man. He's made a few catches tonight, laid some big blocks. I told you just a minute ago before we came back, I've been watching that young man on every play. He's had a really good first half.
4th and 2 now. Offense stays on the field. Kind of a no man's land. Bell, hard count, and gets them to jump off sides, and that'll give the Cougars a first down.
Very similar to what we saw in the first quarter, right? That's the 4th time tonight that they've been able to get them on that hard count on 4th and short here. A little more discipline. I want to see more discipline from Munford. Obviously, they've done well so far, but same thing with Overton, just a little more discipline.
Romalic Carter jumped there. Now the snap goes and hand off to White. He'll stutter step, go off the left, cut back right, get it out to the 18-yard line where he's brought down. Be a second down and about 4.
That's a pretty good first down run, though. Better than the first down on the last set of plays there.
Bell hands off to White again up the middle. White's got a lot of room, punches it all the way down to the 8-yard line.
That was a big hole there, wasn't it? And when Alvick White gets a hole like that, he hits it hard, and a really good north and south running there for another big gain. About 10 yards, it looks like.
Back on the ball. Bell takes the snap. This time it's Aubrey Durham. Aubrey Durham goes off the left side and has got a little bit of room. Flag on the play, however, and this one will probably come back for a hold.
Disappointing. Speaks to the running back depth, though. Obviously a hold, so it negates the run, but another really good run there by Aubrey Durham, and that's 2 running backs getting involved.
Quick update, TRA, Tipton Rosemark Academy, leads Fayette Academy 27-7 now in that rivalry game.
Running away with it. And what did we talk about earlier? Now, after we said this last time, it resulted in a 20-yard run, but another 1st and long on 1st and goal here.
From the 20 again, and this one is just thrown into the dirt in the area of Dalvey and Dickerson. It was going to be a screen pass, interfered with by a man getting in the backfield. Looks like that was George Thomas III, able to put pressure on Jordan Bell.
I was about to say, it looked like a little bit of some kind of miscommunication or something. That was very uncharacteristic.
Bell's going to hand it off this time to Durham. Durham's going to take it out wide right. Gets a good block from none other than Jeremiah Davis. But can't get much further than the block and gets it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, he can't do it by himself when he's blocking, but it's at least one good block every single time he's on the field and he's in front of you running. Another penalty?
I saw the signal, but I don't know what the signal means.
I was about to say the same thing.
It was a clutch fist with a hand over the fist in the middle of the referee's chest. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
It appears as though it's a 10-yard penalty. And so now it is 2nd and goal from the 31.
2nd and long. Very long.
Bell with the snap. He'll hand it off to No, he'll keep it himself. He'll pull it out of the belly, keep it himself, cut back to the right, stiff arms a man off of him, and steps out of bounds at the 18-yard line, making the 19.
He fooled me, too. That's a few times now. He's kept that ball in there so long and pulled it out at the very last second. A good second down run there.
They're running a genuine read option right now where there's a pass to be had and an option run. And now Overton wants a timeout, so after the timeout, it will be 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line for the Cougars. We'll come right back here with Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
8:35 left in the third quarter. Munford, 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line.
Jeremiah
Snap
Davis.
And play action in the back. Thrown to the end zone. Akarius Hodgins open. He caught it. Touchdown. Cougars.
What?
I saw. I'll tell you what messed me up there, Jay, is somebody threw something behind. I thought the ball came loose.
Behind the play there. What a throw and catch, though, on the run there. A really accurate throw on the run. He could have thrown it either one of two places there, but a great throw and catch and a really big, another explosive play there from Munford. We'll see if Overton gets it together here on this two-point conversion. Just put more guys over there. That's all you got to do. More guys, more men.
Big time 3rd and goal play from the Cougars. Now they'll let Braxton Brown kick an extra point. And the extra point is up and good by Braxton Brown, and that'll put the Cougars up 33-6. In command of this one big time. 8:23 left in the third quarter as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
The guy inside and then took him out, so I didn't see the route. Back here in Munford, the Cougars with a big lead, 33-6 over the Overton Wolverines. A great pass and catch from Jordan Bell to Akarius Hodgins.
A really big play, 4th touchdown of the game for Munford. First one through the air tonight, so that's good to get that little monkey off your back there.
Paid off with a Braxton Brown extra point. First one of those tonight.
You're right. Another short one.
This time it'll be handled with ease at around the 28 and get up to about the 30 for Sean Robinson.
Tough kick return team there from Overton. I saw a lot of whiffed blocks there. A lot of Munford players swarmed the football there. It's disappointing on a short kick like that.
And you know, if you're Munford, if you're going to be able to stop him at the 30, then why kick it long?
Right. You're absolutely right. They've stopped him on the other side of the field already tonight. So I totally agree. Late substitution.
And so the Wolverines will come out. Mitchell will have Dennis in the backfield. 4 receivers set here.
Oh, untouched.
Hand off to Dennis, and man comes off the end untouched, able to get his hands on the feet, and then a group tackle by the Cougars.
I see Damian Mitchell hobbling after that play, too. Looks like he got his leg caught up in something, but he's jogging now, so he looks to be all right. Yeah, you're right. Untouched off the end there. Got all the way in the backfield. Just seemed like really good running by Chris Dennis to be able to stay up at all because that man was not touching the backfield.
Xavier Russell in on that TFL as well. Mitchell with the snap. He looks straight to his right for a screen, and it bounces off the hands for the 3rd time tonight of Mario Johnson. We've seen the good and we've seen the bad with him. He also got punished for it. This time it wasn't a high hit, and he wasn't completely defenseless, so no penalty.
That's a few times tonight. As good of an arm as Damian Mitchell has, he's laid his receivers out to dry a couple times tonight, and it has resulted in some big hits, 1 penalty, and another one right there.
Well, I honestly believe Wilbur Jackson was supposed to pick up the block there, and the defender just got past him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, something happened there.
Mitchell's going to drop back to throw one deep, but he's being chased around by Dalvin Dickerson in the backfield. He's just going to slide down now as he is met by Hodgen on the other side. Jace Hodgen get the credit for the sack there, I believe.
There was something happened on the snap. Somebody jumped somewhere. Maybe it was a hold afterwards. I'm not sure.
It is a hold, and it is against Overton. It's on 3rd down, so I believe the Cougars will decline this. They will, and that will bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's good to see. Another good starting field position tonight for Munford if this kid goes according to plan here. Now, there hasn't been an automatic score tonight, but it has resulted in, I think, 2 touchdowns when they've started on that side of the field.
So on 4th and 11, we'll see Carter come back out for the boot. To Munford, we've got Akarius Hodgen back deep to receive. Staying at around the 40-yard line. But from what we've seen, could stand to move up about 7 yards.
Why is the ball here? Is that where he slid?
And the ball falls, and then fallen on by a Munford player. And downed at about the 46. Kind of a bizarre way to play that one.
That
Fell into
play.
A group, and I believe that the Munford player may have thought that it touched him and thought he needed to cover it up.
That was a weird play. They forgot to re-spot the ball, then it goes and it's dove on. It was an interesting turn of events that happened in that sequence.
Yes, the penalty was declined, so the result of the play should have been taken.
Should have stood, right.
So it should have been marched back. Either way, the Cougars get the ball here at the 45-yard line.
A little bit worse field position, but good test here. Good test here for your offense.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Medill goes in motion. Hand off to White. White goes off the right side. He gets a block, and now he is met and brought down close to midfield.
I want to say his name again in the backfield. Jeremiah Davis, big block there to create some space on that run.
I believe that was Keith Wardlow on the tackle for the Wolverines. And so it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Cougars. Bell calls Medill in motion again.
See what happens.
Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to White this time. Looking to throw. Ooh. Throws it over the head of Hunter Gill. Gill cutting across the middle. That one was a little bit dangerous.
Defensive end over here for Overton, Marquis Crawford. He jumped about as close as you could jump to the snap of that football. That was really close to being offsides.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Cougars. 3 receivers set.
And
hard count gets the Wolverines again. Won't give them the first down, but it'll move them within a yard.
Same player I just mentioned right there that almost jumped on the last one. They got him on that one. Only the 2nd penalty of the half.
It's that Marquis Crawford, I believe, that keeps jumping across the line for Overton.
It is.
Bell with a hard count. Now he looks to the sideline to get his play. Hand off to White. Up the middle. White finds a block. cuts it up and gets out to about the 33-yard line before he is tackled by Mario Johnson.
Another big hole there, and it looks like number 19, Aubrey Durham's coming into the game again, so the two running back system rears its head again.
The handoff will be kept now by Bell. Bell will push it up, and he'll get about 4 out of that one, maybe 5.
Quarterback keeper on that one, and I think it gets to the line quick here.
And now going to go to Durham. Durham brought down at the 24.
Penalty marker down.
And now we'll get the call from the referee. Illegal substitution against the Wolverines. They'll mark the penalty off, and that will be a first down for the Cougars. It will not be enough for the – oh, it will. And they're moving the sticks now.
Shanker's been a little bit slow tonight.
It's very close, but, yeah, they weren't moving.
Oh, no.
Oh, low snap. Bell has to pick it up off the ground. He decides to just steps up in between two defenders, keeps it himself. He's still brought down, but close to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a flag and a hold in the backfield.
Trying to protect your quarterback there. Can't blame him.
Against the Cougars, that one will go against Ethan Gullett, and it'll come back 5 yards.
He was pleading his case there with the head referee.
10 yards, excuse me. And so we'll get a 1st and 20.
So given those yards back that Overton just gave to him, and you don't like to see that, it's a 3 penalties going both ways here in the second half. So 6 total.
3rd and 22 officially.
Or 1st and 22, right?
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. 1st and 22.
No
Handoff goes to Durham. Durham around the left. Oh. Brought down in the backfield. It's Chris Dennis. Just gets him down. Big loss.
Untouched there. I mean, tough play. Nothing Durham can do. I mean, that's not on him at all. It's just an untouched rusher.
So now 2nd down and
second
really
one longer. You know.
2nd down and the play action, and he's looking for a long one. He's got Dalvin Dickerson, but it is just a little too far for Dickerson to put some hands on.
Had his man, though, didn't he? Though there was a little seam he had right in between there to get some open coverage. That ball would have been delivered well. It would have been a touchdown, but tough throw and catch.
Ovitt White checks back in the game for the Cougars.
Now, remember the last 3rd and long resulted in a touchdown for Munford. So we'll see here if they can pull out the acrobatics again.
3rd and 26 for the Cougars here. They'll just hand it off up the middle to Ovitt White. He'll break a tackle and then get it up to the 34-yard line before he is brought down. And it'll bring up a 4th down and a punt, it looks like, from the Cougars.
And you remember in the first quarter when they punted it away, he resulted in a safety early in the game. So it's good to pin the other team deep and let your defense trust your defense to do some work here.
But as you said, now that was from the other side of the field, and Cernelia punted it 65 yards.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so we know Cernelia has a leg, but does he have the control to get this downed inside the 10?
This would be a good test for the senior.
And that may be what they're doing here with a 33-6 lead with 3:28 to go in the 3rd. Cernelia with the punt. Had a little bit of trouble handling, but gets it up. It will come down and hit the ground at the 10. Oh, great by the punt coverage team. Oh, what a play. Ethan Cajallas.
33-yard punt. Really big play there. Really big play.
That is huge. Ball spotted at the 2-yard line for Overton to start. Great kick by Cernelia. Heads up play by Cajallas. I'm told.
So let's see what Overton's offense can do here if they're going to get something going here. A lot of negative plays they've had so far, and you can't have any negative plays when you're backed up against your own goal line.
Backed up in their own end zone again. Hand off to Dennis. He'll bounce
space.
around the right side. He's got some space. Ooh, trucks one defender and then gets it out to about the 6-yard line maybe.
Well, you see why the young man, they give the ball to him so much. That was powerful running there, running over a tackler.
It was. Ran over Cahias. Ethan Cahias. I was pronouncing his name wrong earlier, and I apologize.
So create some space for yourself, maybe a little more comfort here. Now you're working outside of you're so backed up. Only 5 yards, so I guess it's not a ton of space to work with.
So Mitchell will take the snap. Quick throw on the screen, and brought down around the collar in the backfield. Lucky not flagged for a face mask there. Wilbur Jackson caught, but not going anywhere.
Interesting play development, running the screen out there like that, and then running back into the rest of your team. Usually you might see something, break a little outside, get some blocking out in front of you, but interesting play there. Hope the young man's all right, though.
Yeah, it does look like Jackson is a little shook up on the play. While they tend to him, we'll step aside. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
So the player was tended to. He was able to get off the field, and now it's 3rd and 4 for the Overton Wolverines as Mitchell drops back to pass, and he ducks a tackle in the end zone. Now he does get tackled, but he did get outside. The ball came loose. What will they call? They'll say he was down at the 2-yard line before the ball came out.
Tough. That it could have been 50-50. I don't know if I had a great look at it, but I thought I saw it live. That was close there. Overton's lucky to get away with that one.
And a great play, though, by Mitchell to duck the 2 tacklers.
To
get it out of the end zone and not give up the safety.
To get away from those first 2 tacklers was very impressive. And, he really just didn't have anything downfield either, and he saw it coming.
And so they'll punt from their own 2-yard line. They'll put Carter deep in the end zone.
Yeah, tough backed up. We've seen a few near blocks tonight, and this is no space to work with. So this will be interesting to see.
Right, you're usually about 14 yards behind the line of scrimmage to start for a punt, somewhere thereabouts. And but when you're backed up this close in the end zone, you have to be closer, and the snap doesn't always go off without a hitch.
Play clock winding down to 0.
They get the snap away without a flag. It is a high kick and very short, but it does take an Overton bounce and will roll out to the 30-yard line. There's a flag in the backfield, however, that could go Overton's way.
Ball not tipped and ran to the punter. That's automatic. But if you get a hand on it, then you can make a little contact.
And if it is a 15-yard penalty indeed, then it will go as a first down for the Wolverines. Got 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here in Munford. The call is against the Cougars.
You're just going to march it off here. That play clock went down to 0, too, I thought.
It did look like the play clock expired well before the snap. And that's another thing, though, with the punter being closer to the line than normal, is it's hard not to get to him. But this was not a running into the punter, or it was a 5-yard running into the punter and not a 15-yard roughing the punter.
I see.
Now a flag for a false start against Overton.
That's tough.
They'll take half the distance to go and start over. What I was saying earlier is that it's also hard for the defense to gauge because you're used to running at full speed and slowing down at a punter that's much further away.
And you're trying to make a play on the football, too. And if you get a hand on that football, then it's incidental contact, doesn't matter anymore. So you just got to make a play for the football there. It's just unfortunate, the result.
And a low snap picked up and blocked.
There it was.
The punt is blocked and caught in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Landon Deere caught the block punt and scores the touchdown on special teams for the Cougars, and it could not go more the Cougars' way tonight.
What a wild play. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That was incredible, and it's got to feel good for the young man, Landon Deere, senior linebacker, making a play like that in special teams. You got to love that for the young man.
That was insane. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in any football game.
I don't think I have either. That was crazy.
I actually waited on the referee to signal because I've never seen it, so I wasn't sure it would be a touchdown.
Oh, they go for it again.
And 2-point conversion is in and good. And that will bring the Cougars to a 41-6 lead here over the Overton Wolverines. 20 seconds left in the third quarter, and we'll be right back with Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
I wish I had seen who got the block. Back here in Munford for Munford Cougars against the Overton Wolverines, the Cougars completely controlling this game with one of the best plays we've seen all year, a block punt tipped up in the air, caught by Landon Deere for the touchdown for the Cougars.
A team that has relied so heavily on rushing touchdowns all year, a passing and a punt block touchdown in the second half so far. Ball.
Oh, touched and recovered by the Cougars, bouncing off the hands of Deshaun Robinson, who they've been kicking at all night. And now Aubrey Durham sees it pop off his hands, come on the ground, and he falls on it, and the Cougars get the ball at the 35-yard line of the Wolverines.
2 of those already tonight. It's disappointing. It's tough to see if you're Overton's kick return game, but another great starting field position from Munford here.
You see a dejected Chris Dennis.
And he's done everything he can do tonight, so you understand why he would be.
Absolutely, and that will end the third quarter. We'll get the fourth quarter started when we come back. The Cougars lead the Wolverines 41-6 on Ritter Communications.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it just stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
The Munford Cougars with a commanding lead, 41-6 over the Overton Wolverines. We're getting visited by a little bit of wildlife here.
Tons
in the
of wildlife.
Got a frog and a cricket. I think the frog might be after the cricket, and that's what brought him in here. And
big run.
Now a big run and still running, and it's been Cernelia.
Huge run by Cernelia there. 20-yard run. I mean, that's unbelievable. And they're getting to the line quick here again.
Absolutely. And Bell will take the snap. He'll hand it off, and it is Cernelia. He'll punch it in. Touchdown, Cougars.
2 big runs by Cernelia. Even more guys getting involved in the run game here tonight. And you love to see that. A bunch of people getting involved, a bunch of deserving football players that work hard for you all year getting involved in this touchdown performance.
So 2 plays after the recovered muffed kick, and the Cougars are back in the end zone, 47-6 now as time ticks away in the game.
See if they're going to go for it again. Nope. Another kick.
Braxton Brown, normally sure-footed. We did see a mess with the snap earlier on a field goal, but he punches this extra point up and through. 48-6. The Cougars lead the Wolverines. We'll be right back on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The two-play Munford drive gives us a 48-6 Munford lead, and I thank all of you for tuning in to Munford Cougar football on Ritter Communications, Tubetown, Channel 11 in West Tennessee, and also on the radio, 106.9 Vintage Rock in Munford and AM 730 in West Memphis. And we're about to get ready for the kickoff. Having a little bit of camera difficulty here. Try to get it back as soon as possible. There we go. So Braxton Brown will line up to kick this one away. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder bringing you this game. One of the best all-round performances we've seen from Munford all year, and it's a short kick again to the right like we've seen all night.
Safe play by Overton there. Just get the ball, get down. Let's get our offense on the field.
Absolutely. After the muff last time by Pashawn Robinson that ended up in the hands of Aubrey Durham, set Munford up for the last score. So now Overton will try to get something going here on offense. It's been tough sledding for them all night. They had one good drive with a big pass for a touchdown, unable to get the two-point conversion, and that's what brings us to 48-6.
All in all, though, I like the skill position players on Overton tonight. They just haven't been able to really break free so far.
And a handoff up the middle. It's Dennis. Dennis will cut it back to the left, but nothing going. He'll fall forward for 2, and it'll be a second down, and 8 yards to go.
At least got a positive play on first down. A little 2-yard gain. It's not a negative play so far. Get a little something going, see if we can break free.
And Overton just taking their time here. This one's more of a morale drive than anything.
5 wide.
Sure enough, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield. Muffer showing blitz. And man gets free on the edge, but he shakes him. Mitchell throws it downfield, and it's almost intercepted. And there is a flag on the play. Looks like pass interference is going to be the call. I
think you're right. Not a spot foul, though, like it is in the NFL.
Right through the arms of, I think it's Hunter Gill.
Tell you what.
That almost got that interception.
Maybe not the most accurate pass in the world right there, but the arm action and the distance on that football, that's a pretty good throw. Yes. That's a pretty good throw right there by Damian Mitchell.
And at 6'1", 205 senior, I think he'll find a home somewhere on Saturday. Someone can work with an arm and some fairly good accuracy like that.
I hope so.
And so after the pass interference call, they will mark off the yardage. They're taking a lot of time to do that.
I think we said it a lot in this game, and you're up 48-6, so obviously a very positive game all in all. But if you're looking to take away something to work on in the coming weeks of practice as you go forward here in your league, penalties certainly still a factor here in the second half, even with a big lead.
So the PI will get Overton the first down, and they'll have it now on the Cougar side of the field at 47. Dropping back to pass is Mitchell. Mitchell
good rollout.
Hurried out of the pocket, rolls out to his right. He's just going to keep it. He's going to run. He's going to get about 12 yards out of it before he is forced out of bounds on the play.
really good. He actually steps up in the pocket really well. Every time they rush on the edge there, he steps up, gets away, and finds some space. Really good job by the quarterback, Mitchell, there. I'm impressed by him the last couple plays.
Yes, when he gets a little bit of protection, he is very impressive. You can see the skill and the athletic ability there.
Absolutely. And you just see awareness to step up in the pocket, like moves around in the pocket really well, even though he ended up scrambling.
And keeps his eyes downfield until he hits the line of the scrimmage.
For sure.
Which is also good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I say the line of the scrimmage?
2 in the backfield.
That's a handoff this time. Ooh, nice stutter step and juke to the left, and that's going to be a run for a first down. Going to be a run of about 12.
Great job by Wilbur Jackson there. He was one of my players to watch going forward here in this game.
Juke.
Great juke right there. Big run. He had a good first half, though, in on a bunch of defensive plays as well. A good tackler, but a great run right there by the senior.
That was a video game style move he put on the linebacker.
So you've seen a lot of versatility from Overton's offense tonight. 5 out wide once, 2 in the backfield there. So interesting. They set up in a bunch of different ways here out of the shotgun.
6 minutes left in the game. Overton in the red zone. Mitchell back to pass. He's looking for a man in the end zone. He's got one on the deep route, and no, pass is no good. Overthrown.
2 receivers really close together there. There's no way that was designed. Something had to have happened downfield.
Intended for DeMorris Richmond, who was working the outside route.
Little touch pass there, right? Just a little bit of air underneath it, going there to the corner of the end zone.
Tonight's game brought to you by Ritter Communications, TV, gig speed internet, and home phone. If you need one, Ritter right by you. Mitchell back to pass. Oh, he's got to hurry up. He gets past the tackler. There is a flag in the backfield. He finds his man, and it is DeMorris Richmond again. He'll get down at the 1, but the flag on the play is going to be holding. It's going to come back. Now another flag after the play. And if this goes against the Cougars, that could offset and put them at the 1-yard line.
Looks like it might go against both of them going against Overton. I'm not sure, though.
I'm actually not sure if it does offset if it's a dead ball after
You're right.
the hold.
You're right. I'm not sure either.
I'm not 100% sure about that. Looks like the only one they're going to enforce is the holding penalty. They are calling 2 penalties against. They are calling a personal foul.
So you're right, because it was a dead ball. They can enforce both of them here. That's unfortunate for Overton. That's a really good play. Way to stay. I mean, the hold obviously helped him stay alive in the backfield, but staying alive, keeping the play alive right there by Mitchell, and a good throw downfield, breaking off of his route by the young man to catch the ball and get it deep. But obviously, these penalties negate that play.
It's a 25-yard penalty, Jay.
That's tough. You don't see that every day.
15 yards on the personal foul, 10 yards on the hold, and the clock is still running. Under 4 now to go in the game.
Well, 2 penalties by the same team on the same play is in keeping with the game's.
Mitchell had 3 trips right, and which is redundant, but pass caught over the middle by 16. Quatavius Gatewood.
Good
catch there.
Good
Nice.
catch by Gatewood there, open space in front of him, and a good pass too.
It was a good slant route.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some of that yardage back.
And it's the first time we've seen the trips bunch formation from the Wolverines. They've got more in their playbook than they've shown all night.
I don't know what you'd be waiting for to break that kind of stuff out, though, at this point in the game, you know?
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Only bringing 3 for Munford.
Mitchell looking to his left. He's got a roll. And he finds a man he wants. He overthrows him.
Saw 2 players spying there for Munford. Smart play there, bringing 3 guys. And you know how elusive he is in the pocket. You got to have 2 guys watching him at all times. So good defensive play by Munford. They result in an incompletion.
And for all the praise we've given Mitchell, he stared down his receiver that time.
He did.
And that's what allowed the defender to get there. The ball was overthrown anyway,
right.
But that's what allowed the defender to get there.
Well, no reason not to go for it here, I would guess. But it looks like they're going to punt it away.
I'm not sure. It looks like Mitchell will come back out on the field.
Oh, there you go.
Although I know what you saw. You saw Carter in the backfield,
right.
But I think they've got him in as a running back.
Gives play to his receivers. Oh, no.
Oh, and a false start on the receiver. Didn't get flagged.
Wow. Good block.
Nice block there to give the quarterback some time, and he just overthrows the receiver across the middle.
Good block there in the backfield, though, on late block. That's disappointing, though. Four plays and a turnover, and Munford's offense will take the field again. Only a minute 45 left, and it's running.
Turnover on downs for the Cougars. Next week, the Cougars will play host to Dyer County. They have a common opponent in Dyersburg. Dyersburg handled Dyer County with ease while they barely got past Munford. If you want to use that as a sort of metric.
Absolutely. This game's a little safer of a margin than last week's, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And victory formation, taking the knee, just trying to run the clock out. And with a minute left,
I'm not a math guy.
Ticking again.
No.
I saw another lightning bolt in the background popping up, so maybe just in time.
Not a math guy, but I think they got to kneel it one more time in order to.
I think you're right. It looks like we've got brand new play clocks out here on the field.
The beautiful play clocks.
And so they'll wait until it gets down to underneath another play clock, and they do, and they snap it and knee it, and that will be the game. The Munford Cougars go 1-0 in the district, and that's the most important record, Jay. 48-6 here in a great game for Munford.
Great bounce-back game for Munford after a tough loss last week. But when you play in your league for the first time, you got to forget all the distractions, all the other games you played, focus on this one because this is when it starts to count, and it was a great job by the Cougars tonight to come away with a win.
Absolutely. Scoring in bunches at times were the Cougars. We had a two-play drive. We had a block punt caught for a touchdown. We had a safety. Not much this game didn't have.
Not at all. Plays I've never seen before. Some really good plays by the Cougars. Some good plays by the Wolverines as well, including that big touchdown, their only touchdown of the game. But all in all, it's just good to get a win and look forward to Dyer County next week in another big game.
Absolutely. Try to bring you a couple of scores before we sign off here.
I will say tonight, I want to mention his name one more time. The player that I was most impressed with tonight, my player of the game, he didn't have the biggest stat night in the world, but Jeremiah Davis. He played some big blocks, played an unbelievable game, and he's a player I'm going to start watching every week going forward because I love watching a young man compete like that.
Absolutely. But I will mention for my player of the game, Aubrey Durham.
Oh, yeah.
Aubrey Durham showed up as a running back tonight. We've seen him carry the ball a couple of times. We've not seen him play like he did tonight. Great play out of him. That's what you need when you have a great running back like Auvik White, is to be able to give him a spell and have a guy that good to back him up.
Super valuable going forward.
So Covington Ripley still going on. Covington leads that one by 10, 30-20 in the fourth quarter. No update since halftime on the Millington game. They lead Bolton 7-0, and Pocahontas and Nettleton still reported at 14-14. And my phone that is giving me the scores is messing up on me, so I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, folks. We'll have to sign off here on that note. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder, Brandon Reed is our director, Richard Self, Nathan Taylor on the cameras. Thank you for tuning in to Tubetown and on the radio. Vintage Rock 106.9, 7:30 a.m. Thanks to Ritter Communications and Farmers Insurance Gatlin Agency for sponsoring. Go to memphisfarmers.com for quotes. Go to rittercommunications.com for your internet service. For everybody here at Munford Stadium, we'll see you next week when Munford takes on Dyer County on Ritter Communications.